There's been a lot of great releases recently on the CLI coding agent space, most notably Droid CLI and Codex CLI. And I've been trying them out, and also Claude Code, which I have been using extensively as my go-to. But in this video, I'm gonna just be showing you guys a comparison, like a real world scenario where I'll be actually building a full stack app from scratch and just showing you guys how they all do. And also we'll do some debugging. I'll show you guys like what kind of prompts and how many prompts I do on each of them. And to make it interesting, with Droid, I'm gonna be using the GLM 4.6 coding plan because I have already did a previous video on Droid with their own plan, which is the Droid Core plan. So this would be the bring your own key plan, which is completely free. And yeah, I just wanna see if you already have a coding plan, like how good is it, like how compared to Claude Code, so which is the better combo. Now with Codex, it is more interesting because they do have several models, but in this video I'll be using the default model because I find that that works best for coding, especially if you already have a specific documentation or set of instructions and planning beforehand. Now how I will be Now the strategy or the method I'm going to be using to test out all these tools is that I'm going to be using my typical workflow, my day-to-day workflow where I use all the time to build products or build features, which is just a spec-driven development, which I works best when you are working with AI. Since you do need to create a specification for the AI to follow, a list of tasks, and then since this will be a full stack app, I'm going to be using a starter kit, so I don't have to initialize any of the tech stack. And also the rest is going to be done locally with these agents I mentioned, where I'll be giving them the tasks. All of them will have the same knowledge base and same tasks. And yeah, I'll just start them with all the same prompts. And to create all those docs and tech spec, I have used CodeSpace, which is our own tool. You can try it out for free, and we have already generated everything here. And it is the steps are very simple. You just have to create your own. You just make a prompt, initial prompt, and then you just press new, and then you can choose the full stack app, which I'll be using. And then after that, you'll start and create everything for you. There, we do have a specific agent that sets everything up, and you'll just be able to, just clone it and check out to the branch, which has everything all set up. But since we're not using that, we're gonna just use the docs, which has been generated by CodeSpace, which you can download or you can implement by using this prompt and copying it and pasting it in your agent of choice. As for the starter kit, I'll be using also the one from Code Guide, which is completely free. You can access it on GitHub. It's called Code Guide Starter Full Stack. It is using Next.js with Drizzle ORM, and I'm gonna be using it Postgres with Better Auth, Shed CN for the front end with Tailwind. So I have implemented all the docs on my local machine, and I've cloned it 3 times, one for Droid with the GLM coding plan, just to show you this is the model we'll be using, the coding plan. If you don't know how to set it up, they do provide the docs for it, which is here. You can just, I just created a config.json, here it is. And yeah, this is the example. I just copied this and then pasted it in. And of course, you have to replace the API key, and you put it in the .factory directory in your user directory. So yeah, this is the first workspace. It's going to be Droid with the GLM coding plan. And then the second one, this is using Codex. And the third one is using Claude Code with GLM 4.6, as you can see here. They're all exactly the same. I just duplicated the directory 3 times, and they have all the same docs. As you can see, this app itself will be some sort of like virtual assistant where you can chat with an AI, and then it'll be able to track your schedule, your events, like your meetings, and also keep track of your tasks during the day and throughout the week. This will be the prompt I'll be using for all the agents. So it will just refer to the tech spec document, which is here already. And as you can see, it is exactly the one from CodeSpace, which is about the AI virtual assistant and the dashboard. Also, I have mentioned the task.json, which is also from CodeSpace. It was generated based on the tech spec and the documentation. where it will pretty much give like a guideline for the agents to, keep track of what they're doing pretty much. And yeah, there's 5 tasks here, as you can see. And I've done that for all the agents because yeah, they have all the same directory. And this will be the prompt. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I just want to make it very straightforward. And let's just copy this and paste it in Codex and also paste it in Claude Code with GLM 4.6. Now let's start by hitting enter on all of them. Okay, that failed. Okay, let's try it again. Enter. Okay, that's for Claude Code. Now this is for Droid. Let's start. And this is for Codex. Let's start that. All right. Now I'll just wait and skip until it finishes the first prompt. I'll just show you guys like the very first impression on all of them, like how they look in the web browser and also how the database are set up. So I'll just give you like a quick overview on what they look like once they have started. So Codex made a list of tasks, and also it is referring to the code guide task, which is the same as the one here. And as for this is Claude Code, it's doing the same thing pretty much. Actually, it did already like kind of start. Yep, and yeah, it made the to-do list like this. And for Droid, it has also started, and it did just read and created a plan and a to-do list, which is awesome. Let's wait until they all finish. Okay guys, so it has been running for about like 5 minutes, and it seems that Codex is still doing the tasks while Claude Code with GLM coding plan has finished. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if it completed everything, but we'll see later. And while Droid is still also doing the tasks, same as Codex. And yeah, it is also using the same coding plan as Claude Code. So I think that's a bit interesting. We'll see how the results are. So it's been 15 minutes and Codex is still going, as you can see here, while this is Claude Code with GLM. He has finished on the after 5 minutes, and the final one is Droid. It is also still going for 15 minutes. Now it's 16 minutes. All right, so Droid finished on the 17-minute mark, while Codex is still going, and it's been 22 minutes. So we'll see how long it actually takes. So Codex has finally finished after about 28 minutes, I saw. So yeah, let's start reviewing them. Codex is already running the dev server on 3092 with the Visual Studio on 4092, so we can see the database, while Droid with GLM is also running, and it is on port 3091 for the dev server, while the Visual Studio is on port 4091. And last but not least, Claude Code is running on port 3090, and the Visual Studio is on the default port pretty much. So I'll show you guys what they look like, and I'll give you my first impression and review. This is on port 3090, which means this is Claude Code with GLM coding plan. As you can see, this is the landing page. It is using the default starter kit one with a few tweaks, which is just adding a CTA of starting the chat and also the dashboard, while just giving a brief explanation, nothing too, interesting. And this is the one from Droid on port 3091. It is just using also the same default starter kit landing page with a bit of twist here. It has made a more, I think, a better UI with the explanation, where it just adds the features or just a key points of the app itself with the same CTA. And let's see how Codex did. So this is from Codex. It made no changes from the starter kit default landing page. So yeah, let us just try signing up for all of them. So yeah, just so you can see, the sign up are pretty much the same because we already have it on the starter kit. Let me just make an account and log in, and we'll see if there's any errors or everything goes smoothly. After I signed up on Droid, it went straight to the dashboard, and this is what it looks like. It is looking pretty good. You can see everything that I've asked for is here pretty much. The upcoming events, tasks, recent expenses, And let's see, this is from Codex. So Codex has a bit of weird UI styling here. I mean, the alignment is off compared to Droid, but yeah, there's no title also. Yeah, this did take the longest, so yeah, maybe it did some other things that I'm not aware of. Yeah, but that's what it looks like. And for Claude Code, this was the fastest. It only took 5 minutes, and there are errors, which shows that I think it didn't do enough testing. So there's this error. So we'll see. I'll just debug it by just copying it. I mean, it's pretty much, I would say, just a bug or with the React component not being properly created. But yeah, I'm just gonna fix it with Claude Code to see if it is good enough to fix it. Yeah, I just did one prompt to fix the issue on Claude Code, and it is fixed. So let's compare the dashboard layout and UI for now. So this is on Claude Code, as you can see, 3090, port 3090. And this is for Codex on port 3092. It has more icons and more colors compared to the one on Claude Code, which is very monotone. And also this will be the one. So this is one from Droid CLI with GLM coding plan. It has more icons. It has bigger icons, and it has more colors. But yeah, it is the icons are a bit bigger. So I mean, this is personal preference. On Codex, I don't really see a CTA or like a button from the dashboard to the AI assistant. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, but I did see it on the homepage. Let's see if it's there. Actually, no, that was on a different, I think that was on Droid and Claude Code. So yeah, on Codex, there is no like button to like even go to the AI assistant. So let me just go to the page because I saw that it does have a page for it. Okay, so there is an error here. So let's continue on first to the next agent, which is Claude Code. So Claude Code has a quick actions button here. And let me check the sidebar. So the sidebar is still using the sidebar, same as Codex. But yeah, also it was showing it on the main screen, which is here. So let's see if that works. All right, so this is what it looks like, and we'll see if the function actually works. So I'll just copy this and paste it in as the default prompt. I mean, the recommended prompt. But let's change it up to 4 p.m. and press enter. See if that works. That's how the UI looks. And okay, it looks like it is successful, which is nice. There's no errors, but we'll see if the data is actually submitted. So it says that it has submitted the calendar event. We'll just go to the calendar event. Let's see if it is. Okay, it is inserted, which is very nice. So this is on Claude Code. The first test, or the second test, I guess, which with the AI assistant chat works, tool calls work, database inserted. So let's see how Droid does. This is Droid. There is a button here with the AI assistant. Let's press that. Okay, this looks way nicer than Claude Code, but let's see if the functions work. Let's see. I'll make it 3 p.m. for Droid. Let's see if that works. So the UI here is a bit different. Okay, that works. First go also, which is nice. They're both using the coding plan, so looking good for the GLM coding plan. But let's see if it is inserted to the database. Okay, it is also inserted to the database, which is really nice. The date are correct, and we'll also check on Claude Code if the date were correct. Okay, so the date is actually wrong on Claude Code, so that's interesting. So I'll do a prompt for Codex because there's an error here, and I'm pretty sure this is just like a library issue with the AI SDK. But other than that, for Claude Code, I'll do a prompt to add the current date to the system prompt so that it doesn't use the date of when the model was actually trained. This is the prompt that I'll be writing to fix the date issue on Claude Code. Let's run that. And on Codex, there was an issue with the import. So let me just I already pasted in the trace and I told it to fix it. And let's try that. And we'll see how they fix their issues. Codex has resolved the issue with the chat page. Let's see if it is actually fixed and try out the chat. So this is Codex. Let's see. Okay, so first off, the UI looks a bit off. Like it is very different compared to the other two, which was very like I guess like it's very common chat windows or like chat UIs for the rest of them. Yeah, this is the one from Droid and this is from Claude Code. While from Codex, it looks a bit weird because the input is taking up the whole window, which is yeah, not a great impression, first impression. But let's try if it actually works. So let me okay, and also it doesn't give any recommendation. So let me just do the same prompt I did on what is this Claude Code on port 3090. Let me do that, and I just make it like 5 p.m. Just press send. Okay, that's interesting. It's showing the characters remaining, which is nice. And it has a clear button, which doesn't work. So I'm not sure why it's there. Let's try pressing enter. It's okay. Pressing enter doesn't work because it's a text area. So let's just press send. Okay, so there is an error with the one on Codex. Yes, it seems that it is a validation issue, I'm pretty sure. But I'll double check that and I'll just pretty much just copy this error and paste it in Codex and see how that fixes it. Let's see. Okay, and then I just paste it in. Okay, I'll let that run. It was a quick fix. Codex did it in like a minute. So let's see if it is working now. It still has the issue, so I'm not sure, like, because it did tell me that it fixed it. All right, so let me just double check with the network tab. Okay, so yes, it is saying that it's an internal server error now. I guess it's the same error. I'm not sure, but let me just copy it again. Yeah, I think it's the same error. So let me just copy it again to Codex and see how it solve it now. And I'm gonna say that got the same error, got this error now. Okay, so it's still there. So when this happens, usually because Codex does come with several models, if I am stuck with a bug or an error, I just switch to the higher model usually. So let's see if that works now with the higher model. I'll just paste in the same error I got. So this is now on the high GPT-5 Codex high. So let's try that if that actually fixes it. Test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I did so much prompts with Codex. I switched between the high model and the medium model with GPT-5 Codex. And it finally fixed it after I did probably more than like 5 prompts, which is insane. But the issue wasn't with like the database function calls that was working, but it was just the validation to the front end. As you can see, because like, yeah, the data was inserted but it just wasn't returning like the correct message. But now it is. As you can see, this is what it looks like. And if I compare it with the rest, so this is what it looks like on Droid with GLM coding plan, and then this is on Claude Code with the coding plan. So yeah, you can see the difference. There are some UI differences here. The GLM coding plans tend to use more colors and more icons, while yeah, Codex was just straight to the point without any icons or any like emojis, which is fine. But yeah, it took so long to debug. So yeah, that was a bit of a drawback. But yeah, let's continue on with the next test. So the next test is just the same, but with the tasks function, because it is in the database, as you can see, tasks, and it should be able to add a task for me through the AI assistant. Let me try that. Okay, so this is the prompt we'll be adding or we'll be sending. Okay, so it's saying it successfully created the task. Let's double check that. Okay, that's nice. It does do that. Do the groceries, and due date is today. Okay, that's great. So now let's try it on Droid. So this is on Droid. I'll just use the exact same prompt. See if that works. Okay, so it is giving me a confirmation, and yeah, the UI is a bit off here. So details, I'm not sure. Add a task. Just add task maybe. Let me try if that works. Let me just do it again. Test 1 to 3, test 1 to 3. So yeah, it seems that there is an issue with this call because it is saying it's an error. So I'm gonna just copy it to Droid and see if it's able to fix it. So this is on Droid, and we'll see. And also on Codex, there was also the same issue with the one on Claude Code where it wasn't inserting the correct date, because you can see it here. The date is incorrect because it is supposed to be 2025. So let me just add a prompt to fix that. Also on Codex. Okay, that should do it. Let's just press enter. Yep. All right, so Codex has done the fix for the date issue. Now let's try the same test I did on the rest of the agents. Let's do this exact prompt, but make it 7 p.m. See if that works. All right, that looks good. Let me see if it is added now. Nice. So it has added the data, and let's see if the date's correct. The date is correct. So yeah, Codex passed it. So yeah, the only issue was with Droid, and let's see if it is finished. If it is, then I'll try it out again. All right, so I just did one prompt with Droid and GLM coding plan. It is fixed now, so it has added the task, and let me just double check on the tasks. Yep, it did that, and it has the correct time, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so yeah, the time is not correct. Okay, it is actually correct because this should be UTC while I'm on GMT +7, so that should be correct. And now let's do the final test, which is just like a very simple test, just viewing the data on the dashboard. Let's start off with Claude Code. So first off, there is no button to go back. That's a minus point. But yeah, let's just go back to the dashboard. We should be able to see the updates. Okay, so that's nice. It has it's showing the pending task, but I guess the upcoming events is not shown because the date was incorrect. Let me just do another. Let me just change the date actually on one of the event to make it show. All right, so this is the dashboard view on Claude Code with GLM coding plan. There was an issue with the meeting because I didn't have the new meeting with the current date. That was an issue. But yeah, I just noticed too that the timing is wrong because I guess they didn't offset for my time zone. But yeah, that's how it looks like on the Claude Code plus GLM coding plan. Now let's try seeing the dashboard on Droid CLI with GLM coding plan. So this is one on GLM coding plan, which is nicer. It has this nav bar, which has also the toggle for the theme and have the drop down for the actual like user drop down. So let's try going back to the dashboard. Okay, so it is working fine. So that's how okay, that's an error, but whatever. So yeah, it is looking good. It is showing the upcoming events, but it is not saying the pending tasks. I guess maybe because it's not urgent. I'm not sure. But when you press add task, okay, it goes here, which is what I want. But yeah, overall, the dashboard is working. It is fetching the data. Just the task isn't, I don't know what's happening there, but probably like a filtering issue. But yeah, let's see on Codex. So this is on Codex. It has all the data now. Let me just double check. Okay, so there is no button to go back to the dashboard, but well, it's the same with Claude Code. So let's just go back manually through the page. So it is showing the pending task, but upcoming events, I need to re-add that because yeah, the date is just wrong here. It is showing here, but it's not saying in the upcoming events. But let me just try it again. Here is the updated UI. It has updated the upcoming events. Now it is saying that it's the next meeting is on 15th of October with the incorrect time because it doesn't have the offset. So let me see. But this was updated, which is nice. It's saying that there is, I guess, yep, when I refresh, it is saying that there is a something on the 15th, but it is not showing me anything. And when I click it, it's gone. So that doesn't look too good. Let me see the task. So there is this Kanban sort of UI. Let me try if it is updating the database when I press it, which it does. That is actually good. Okay, so yeah, looks like Codex has a pretty good UX, but yeah, the UI itself, like only like on this part, it's not looking good. But functionality wise, this is like really good because you're able to update with a Kanban also, which is a nice view. Now let me see if yeah, the rest doesn't have it. So yeah, that's gonna be all the tests. So let me just wrap it up. Okay, so to wrap up, I'm gonna be showing you guys how many prompts I actually did on all of the agents. First off, let's try Claude Code. So let me just count it. I'll just show you guys my previous prompts. So it was 1, 2, 3. There was only three prompts for Claude Code for that result that I've shown you previously. Now let's see how Droid does. So this is Droid. Let me see how many prompts there are. Let's go here. See 1, 2. Oops. So I need to go up. Okay, so this is the first one, second one, and third one. So it's also 3 prompts to get that result, which is awesome. This is Droid GLM, Droid with the GLM coding plan, as you can see. And now, lastly, it is Codex. Let's see how many prompts I did. There was so much more here. Let me just show you. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there was 11 prompts total. Now the main issue was, which is kind of ironic, it was trying to fix this exact file. There was a lot of like validation issues with Zod and also the JSON schema for the structured output, which is, yeah, it's ironic because it is like using the OpenAI library and it is being passed. I mean, I guess it's being passed by a different library, but yeah, that was the main issue. The rest was like okay. Wasn't yeah, but I think that was quite major because if you're like a newbie and you're just vibe coding, that's like an issue. You have to you can just get stuck on. What I did was I just did some searches on Perplexity and I also did some debugging myself. That finally fixed it. So yeah, that's just like a major setback for me, I guess, for Codex, because like the rest of the other agents were able to complete everything successfully. I guess it was due to OpenAI making it a lot like the schema itself more strict compared to the other agents, where the other agents were like a lot simple, like you didn't have this much validation, which is insane for a very simple task. But yeah, that's just my take on it, or like my review on it. Okay, to conclude the comparison, I'm gonna give a quick review of my thoughts. So the first one, that is according to me, the best UI was actually Codex for the dashboard. But for the UI chat itself, I think I'll have to go with Droid because it had a better, it had the nav bar, it had the more colors, and yeah, it just looked less AI, I guess. But there was an issue with the overflow, but you can fix that with like a prompt or two. And Claude Code, it was the quickest, but like the UI needs fine tuning because there wasn't much colors. But yeah, I guess Codex won for the dashboard, and then the chat goes to Droid with the GLM coding plan. Now for the next one would be just like the debugging. I mean, there wasn't a lot of errors from the GLM coding plan. I think that's like a major plus point for Claude Code and Droid because as you can see before, there was pretty much the same prompts for both of them, and it was very minor issues. But Codex, bro, like I switched from the medium GPT-5 Codex to the high one, the high model, and it wasn't even better. Like it was still having the same issue. I had to actually intervene to actually fix the issue. That's like a major setback for Codex. Just keep that in mind. And overall, for the pricing now, like of course, like GLM coding plan totally wins this. I'm not affiliated with them in any means. Like I'm not earning any money from them. They're not paying me. But yeah, the GLM coding plan, I've been using the Coding Lite the Coding Lite plan for like the past month, and I recently just upgraded to the quarterly plan with Coding Pro, which is 15 bucks a month, but you have to pay quarterly, which is 45 bucks for 3 months. which is a really good deal because that's only $15 for a month. But Codex comes with ChatGPT Plus. So if I think most of you will be already having like a plan with ChatGPT. The Plus plan itself comes with Codex. While it does come with a rate limit, like I would say it's lower than coding plan from GLM. But if you need more, you can upgrade to the Pro. You get more rate limits, which is nice. But yeah, overall, I would say for day to day, I still prefer the coding plan because then, like I showed you, you can switch different tools. You can use Droid CLI. You can also use Claude Code, and there are some other tools like Recode, Killer Code, and Client, and yeah, a lot of different tools you can go with that works. Like you can just try it out and stick with one that works really well. So yeah, that's my final verdict. If you guys have any feedback or any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you.